All right, so today we're going to be, we're diving deep into the world of American alligators.
Cool.
Our source material is a YouTube video called More American Alligator Facts.
Okay.
And this is from a YouTube channel called The Wild Side with Clay.
I love those
I know, right?
those wildlife
Yeah, but
channels.
they're so much fun. And so this video in particular, it's a really nice overview of the American alligator, but it's also like really up close and personal.
Yeah, like right in their face almost.
I know, right? It's like they're right there with you.
It always makes me want to grab my binoculars and, head outside
Right.
and go find some.
Exactly. Yeah, so we're going to be talking about, some of the really interesting things about American alligators, like how strong they are,
Oh, yeah?
their adaptations for hunting,
Hmm.
and we're going to get to the bottom of just how dangerous they really are.
Oh,
Because there's
yeah.
a lot of myths out there.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of misconceptions about alligators.
Yeah.
A lot of people think they're just mindless man-eaters.
Right, lurking in the shadows.
Yes, exactly. But
The truth is,
they're really fascinating creatures, and they play a really important role in the ecosystem.
yeah, and they're a lot more complex than people give them credit for.
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, their size.
Yeah.
Like, these things can get huge.
They can get mass. I mean,
Dang,
you
that's
see them on these videos, and you don't really get a sense of scale
Right.
until you see one in person.
Yeah, like the one in the video, it's already like a pretty big alligator,
Yeah.
but they were saying it's actually still growing.
Oh, yeah. They can reach up to like 10 to 15 feet long
Wow.
and way over 800 pounds.
That's crazy.
And, it's really interesting because their size actually relates to the prey that they evolved alongside.
Oh, that's interesting.
So like what do you mean by that? Well, like in areas where there are a lot of turtles with those thick, hard shells,
Yeah,
alligators have evolved to have these massive jaws and teeth,
that makes...
perfect for crushing those shells.
It's like an evolutionary arms race.
It is.
Yeah,
They're constantly adapting.
and constantly adapting to their environment.
Mhm.
And also I was really impressed by like their armor plating.
Oh, yeah.
Like those osteoderms are so crazy.
The osteoderms are incredible.
Yeah, they look like they're made of like steel or something.
I know that these bony plates,
Yeah.
they're embedded in their skin.
And they're not just for protection.
Right, they're not just armor.
Yeah.
They also help with thermoregulation.
Oh,
So they help them absorb and release heat.
that's amazing.
Yeah, so they can regulate their body temperature.
I mean, it's about more than just being tough.
Right.
It's also about being smart
Yeah, exactly.
and adapting to survive.
Mhm.
Like, I mean, they showed that alligator that had been shot
Oh, yeah.
like multiple times.
And it had bullets lodged in its back.
I know, it was crazy.
It's incredible how resilient they are.
Yeah.
But here's something that kind of surprised me. They have this incredible bite force.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say they have a powerful bite.
It's like thousands of pounds per square inch,
Wow.
enough to crush bone.
Like, you could just imagine them biting through steel.
Yeah, I know, but
But then there's a twist.
then there's a weakness.
Oh.
Their jaw muscles are specialized for closing.
So they're not good at opening.
Not so much, no.
Really?
It actually takes very little force to hold an alligator's mouth shut.
What? So like those alligator wrestling shows?
They're relying on that.
They're basically just...
They understand alligator anatomy.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
It makes you think about the ethics of those performances, though.
Right.
But
Yeah.
but moving on,
Okay.
let's talk about those murky waters that they live in.
Oh, yeah.
Hmm.
You wouldn't think an animal that big could be so stealthy.
I know, it's amazing.
And that's where those feeler toes come in, right?
Exactly.
They're so weird.
They are strange looking.
But they're so cool.
They don't have nails. It's just these super sensitive nerve endings.
That can detect the slightest pressure change.
It's a form of electroreception.
Oh, what?
So they can actually sense the electrical field
Yeah.
generated by living creatures.
Even in like the murkiest water.
Exactly.
It's like a sixth sense.
It is. It helps them locate prey that's hidden in the riverbed.
It's like having built-in radar. And
It's
then there's the tail.
For the tail.
Yee.
It's not just for swimming.
Yeah.
It's a weapon. It's a hunting tool. It's a rudder for maneuvering.
It's a multi-tool.
And it can break bones.
I know they said it could like break a human's leg with one blow.
Yeah.
And the footage of them leaping out of the water
Oh, my God.
was amazing.
8 feet.
I know.
Almost 2/3 of their body length.
Just imagine witnessing that in person.
I know, it'd be terrifying.
It would be terrifying.
And also really cool.
But all this talk about hunting makes me think about the
The darker side of their behavior.
alligator cannibalism. Yeah.
It was kind of unsettling.
Yeah.
Seeing them,
Yeah.
the larger
So
alligator.
sometimes preying on the smaller ones.
Yeah.
It's a harsh reality, but
Like,
it's part of nature.
it's part of nature, and it speaks volumes about...
The dynamics of their population.
Yeah.
And the competition for resources.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a reminder that even within their own species, there's this constant struggle for survival.
Yeah, that's true.
But speaking of survival, we can't forget about the conservation aspect of their story.
That's right.
It's important to remember that American alligators were once on the brink of extinction.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Primarily due to habitat loss
Okay.
and overhunting for their skin,
Oh, right.
especially that smooth belly skin.
Yeah.
That's prized for leather goods.
Yeah. It's sad.
It's a stark reminder of the impact that human actions can have
Yeah,
on wildlife populations.
definitely.
But thankfully, it's not the end of the story.
Okay.
The Endangered Species Act of 1973 played a crucial role in their recovery.
Really? So they've made a comeback.
They have.
That's amazing.
It is.
It's a success story worth celebrating.
It really is a testament to the power of conservation efforts.
That's amazing.
But it also begs the question,
What's that?
what lessons can we learn from this near-extinction event?
Yeah.
And how can we ensure the continued survival of this species
Especially,
in a rapidly changing world?
that's a great question.
Yeah,
And I think it's something that we need to explore further.
definitely.
But before we do that,
Yeah.
let's take a moment to reflect on what we've learned so far.
Okay.
What are some of the key takeaways that stand out to you?
Well, for me, it's the sheer adaptability of these creatures.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they've evolved over millions of years.
And they've developed
This remarkable suite of...
physical and sensory adaptations
Yeah.
that allow them to thrive.
in a challenging environment.
Yeah, I mean, and these adaptations are not just about brute force.
Right.
It's about finesse,
Yeah.
strategy, and a deep understanding of their surroundings.
Right.
Take those feeler toes, for example.
Oh, yeah.
They're a testament to the power
Mm-hmm.
of sensory perception
And how animals can evolve.
to exploit.
Even the most subtle cues in their environment.
Yeah, it's amazing how they can navigate those murky waters with such precision
Using those feeler toes,
to detect even the faintest electrical signals.
it's like a sixth sense.
It really is.
Yeah.
And it's just one example
Of the many ways
that alligators have adapted.
to become masters of their domain.
It's really mind-blowing when you think about it.
It is.
But beyond the science,
Yeah.
there's also a deeper message here.
Definitely.
The story of the American alligator
Mm-hmm.
is a reminder of
Yeah.
the interconnectedness
Of all living things.
and the delicate balance of ecosystems,
It's also a testament to the power of human intervention.
both for good and for bad.
Exactly.
I think that's a great point.
Yeah.
We have the power to destroy,
But we also have the power to protect and restore.
and the success of the Endangered Species Act
Yeah.
in bringing back the American alligator
Is a shining example.
of what we can achieve when we work together.
It's a hopeful reminder that even in the face of adversity, there's always a chance for recovery.
I love that.
Yeah.
But that recovery requires vigilance
Continued conservation efforts.
and a deep understanding of the needs of these animals.
Exactly.
And I think that's a perfect segue into our next point.
Okay.
We've talked about the past and the present,
Yeah.
but what about the future?
What challenges do American alligators face today
And what can we do to ensure their continued survival?
for generations to come?
That's a great question,
Yeah.
and one that deserves a deeper dive
Let's explore those challenges
and opportunities in more detail
as we continue our journey.
into the world of the American alligator.
It's going to be good.
Yeah.
So, you're probably wondering,
Yeah,
what does the future hold for these incredible creatures?
that's right.
Like, what are some of the biggest threats that American alligators face today?
Well,
One of the major concerns is habitat loss.
oh yeah.
As human populations expand and development encroaches on their wetland homes,
Yeah.
alligators are losing those vital nesting and foraging grounds.
Yeah, wetlands are disappearing at an alarming rate.
Right.
And that's got to be impacting alligator populations.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's not just the direct loss of habitat either.
Okay.
Pollution from agricultural runoff, industrial waste, even things like plastic debris
Oh, wow.
can contaminate their water sources
Right.
and disrupt the delicate balance of their ecosystems.
Yeah, it's a reminder that even like seemingly small actions
Mm-hmm.
can have far-reaching consequences. Like
Right.
you toss a plastic bottle on the ground.
It could end up harming an alligator miles away.
Wow, that's crazy.
It's all interconnected.
Yeah.
And then there's the issue of human-wildlife conflict.
Oh, right.
you know?
Like those stories we hear about alligators showing up in swimming pools and golf courses. Exactly.
Yeah.
As development brings people closer to alligator habitats,
Okay.
these encounters become more frequent.
That makes sense.
And while it's important to remember that alligators are generally shy and avoid humans,
Okay.
they can become habituated.
If people feed them,
Yeah, if people feed them or don't take proper precautions.
then we need to be responsible.
Right.
Yeah.
Respect their space.
Don't feed them.
Don't feed them. And be aware of their presence in areas where they naturally occur.
Right.
We need to learn to coexist peacefully and responsibly.
I like that.
And speaking of responsibility, illegal poaching still poses a threat.
Oh, yeah.
Although thankfully not to the extent it once did.
Yeah. But it's still disheartening to think that people would still hunt these animals for their skin or other body parts.
Especially after they were nearly wiped out for the same reasons.
Yeah, it's sad.
It highlights the importance of continued law enforcement and public education
Yeah.
to combat these illegal activities.
Right.
It sounds like there are a lot of challenges ahead,
There are.
but also reasons for hope.
Yeah.
The Endangered Species Act proved that conservation efforts can be successful.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And there are many organizations and individuals working tirelessly
Oh, that's good.
to protect alligator habitats,
Okay.
promote responsible human-wildlife interaction,
Yeah.
and conduct research
Research.
to better understand these amazing creatures.
Oh, that's cool. Like what kind of research?
Well, scientists are studying everything
Okay.
from alligator movement patterns
That's interesting.
and nesting behavior
Okay.
to their role in maintaining healthy wetland ecosystems.
That's fascinating.
It is.
Yeah.
And it seems like the more we learn about them,
The more we realize
how important they are.
Yeah, they're a keystone species, right?
They are,
Yeah.
meaning they play a crucial role in maintaining the health and biodiversity of their ecosystems.
So like how
Well, for example, their nesting mounds provide habitat for other species.
Oh.
And their digging activities create pools of water that benefit a wide range of plants and animals.
it's like they're the architects of the wetlands.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And their presence helps control populations of prey species,
Okay.
which can have cascading effects throughout the food web.
So it's not just about saving alligators. It's
Yeah.
about protecting entire ecosystems
Yeah,
and the intricate web of life that they support.
it all comes back to that.
Yeah.
Making responsible choices in our daily lives can have a ripple effect that extends far beyond ourselves.
I like that.
And speaking of ripples,
Okay.
let's revisit that incredible footage of alligators leaping out of the water.
Oh, yeah.
Remember how they use their powerful tails to propel themselves upward?
It was like watching a torpedo launch.
It was
And to think they can reach heights of up to 8 feet?
incredible.
That's almost 2/3 of their body length.
It is.
And it's not just about hunting either.
Right.
They also use those powerful tails for defense
Communication.
and even nest building. It's amazing how versatile and adaptable they are.
It is.
But while we're on the topic of amazing adaptations,
Okay.
can we talk about those feeler toes again?
Of course.
They're truly remarkable.
They are.
Yeah.
Remember how they use those sensitive nerve endings to detect the electrical fields generated by living creatures?
It's like a sixth sense that allows them to see in the dark.
Exactly.
And it's not just about hunting.
Right.
They also use those feeler toes to navigate their surroundings
Locate mates.
and even care for their young.
Yeah.
It's incredible how such a seemingly simple adaptation can play such a vital role in their survival.
It is.
And it makes you wonder what other secrets these creatures hold.
It's a constant reminder that there's always more to learn and discover about the natural world.
Well, speaking of discoveries, one thing that surprised me was the fact that alligators are cannibalistic.
Oh, yeah.
That was kind of a...
It's a harsh reality, but it's a natural part of their behavior.
Yeah.
And while it might seem gruesome,
Mm.
it actually plays an important role in regulating population size
Oh, okay.
and maintaining genetic diversity.
So it's not just about the individual.
Right.
It's about the long-term survival of the species.
Exactly.
It highlights the complexity of ecological interactions and the delicate balance of nature.
Yeah, it's like a constant puzzle,
Yeah.
with every piece playing a vital role.
That's a good way to put it.
So-
Let's try to piece together what we've learned so far.
Oh, yeah.
We've explored their amazing adaptations, their conservation journey, and the challenges they face today.
What stands out to you?
Well, for me, it's the realization that even the most fearsome creatures deserve our respect and understanding.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
They're not mindless monsters,
Right.
but complex beings with a rich history and a vital role to play in our world.
And their story is a powerful reminder of our own impact on the environment.
Yeah.
and the importance of making responsible choices that benefit both.